Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would sit down and give you the 17-week baby update for the last 2 weeks of my pregnancy. And I thought I would do so while just getting ready. So I had to do my makeup. I just sat down and I thought I'd throw on the camera and just talk to you guys while I did so to give you the update. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's get to the update. So for the most part, my weeks 16 and 17 have been pretty uneventful, I'd say. There hasn't been anything too crazy symptom-wise that I can share an update with, but there have been some health updates that I definitely will share. But first, I guess like the last 2 weeks, we just had Christmas. So the last 2 weeks have been insane in terms of like our schedule and what we're doing. We've just been doing so much prep for Christmas, and so things have just been so busy. So with that, I've been so extremely tired. Like, we do stuff all day. Like, we have a Christmas activity we're doing every day, and just like we had brunch at our house this year, so I had like food to prep, and just like with the couple weeks that have passed, it's been so busy that I feel like I am go in the morning, and by like 3 o'clock in the afternoon I am like completely kaput, just so out of energy. All I want to do is just get takeout and just sit on the couch and watch a movie with the kids, which we haven't been doing, thank goodness. I mean, thank goodness I have a good partner who doesn't mind cooking dinner, so he's been doing most of that. And then we have kind of been doing slower evenings. We have done a lot of movie nights. I'm getting so good at making popcorn from scratch. I'll have to share a video soon with you guys on that, because I have a lot of tips on, homemade popcorn at the moment. But we've been doing a lot of that. I've just been really tired and I haven't been sleeping well. So Juliana has started talking a lot in her sleep, so I wake up to that. And so it's not always the easiest for me to fall back to sleep once I've woken up. So between that and having to go to the bathroom and then just randomly waking up in the middle of the night, I have not been sleeping very well. And then I have a hard time when the kids do wake up. Dan has been pretty good about getting up with them, but to be honest, I have a hard time falling asleep after I know they're awake because they're talking downstairs, stuff's going on. So I do usually lay in bed for a little bit, but I would not say I get any more sleep once they're really awake. So it's just, sleep has just been not helping my exhaustion, I guess I'll say. In terms of movement, I still am feeling the baby, but I do want to clarify, because I've said that in previous videos and it is kind of early, I want to clarify that the movement I'm feeling is not like, oh, the baby is kicking hard, that's like, waking me up in the middle of the night because the baby's kicking, or so much so that you can feel it, or like by an external hand or see it. It's not that. It's very light, almost fluttery, almost like the baby is rolling or moving positions, or just like, doing a little stretch here and there, and it's not all the time. I have days where I feel baby 3 times a day, and then it happens like 2 or 3 days in a row. I don't know if it has to do with the way the baby is positioned that day or just the positions I tend to be in those days. And then I'll go a couple days where I don't feel the baby at all. It is like, I'm 17 weeks, so it is, I think, still early to kind of be feeling those regular kicks and that sort of thing. And then where I live, it has been really, really cold, like below 30 degrees, below freezing. And it's just also kind of windy a little bit. So it just like, it has not been fun to get the girls all bundled up. They don't want to go out half the time. When they do go out, we come back and they're just so cold. Juliana hates keeping gloves on, so that is kind of tricky. So we just have not been outside much. And in terms of exercise, that hasn't been great for me. Obviously I'm off bed rest and I'm moving again, but I still have not started exercising. My midwife wanted me to not hold off on exercising until at least after 20 weeks, so I'm not quite there yet, but I do walks, on my street with the kids, but we have not been doing that. So exercise has pretty much been like non-existent, other than just hanging out with the kids, which some people could say is a form of exercise, but I don't really think that's enough exercise to, really count. So I haven't been doing much exercise, but I have really been looking forward to 20 weeks because that is when exercise is allowed to happen. And I probably will not do any crazy exercises this pregnancy, to be honest. This pregnancy has been so weird. But I will say one thing that I did with Isabel when I was pregnant with my first is that I took this course called the Bradley Method course. And it's a way of preparing for natural childbirth, and it was so helpful. My body was so fit. I was walking all the time. I did all my exercises from that method, which isn't crazy exercises. It's like squats, butterflies. It's all about strengthening the muscles that you need to use in birth. And so when I had Juliana, I kind of didn't really do that much. I kind of had the mentality of second child, oh, they come easier, your body knows what to do, it's gonna be fine. And let me tell you something, it was not the same. I had unmedicated natural births for both babies, and it was not the same. Isabel came so much easier for me, and I think it's just because I was so prepared. With your first, you do all this research, you're preparing, it's all about the baby. With your second, you kind of have a baby already to worry about, or a toddler to worry about. And you just kind of let those other things go, and I will say it was a mistake. So for this baby, I really do want to make sure I get some exercise in. So I am looking forward to being able to do those particular exercises once I hit 20 weeks. So I will really be looking forward to that. And speaking of 20 weeks, the next update I'm going to do with you guys is my 20-week update and my anatomy scan. So I'm really excited about that. We have decided not to find out the gender this time, which will be the first time we have not found out the gender. We were not going to find out with Juliana originally, but we did miscarry in between the girls. And when I did not know the gender of that baby that we lost, I had a really hard time with that. So we did find out for Juliana because I was just like, what if something goes wrong? I just want to know. So we did find out. It's been hard to cope with that this time, but I do really want that surprise. So I'm really going to have a hard time not finding out, but we're going to try not finding out. I might have her write it down in case I decide to change my mind. But I don't know. As it gets closer, I'm getting a little more nervous about not knowing. And I did a little bit of shopping after Christmas. And all the Christmas kids' clothes were on sale. And I was a little bit disappointed that I couldn't get something for the new baby for next year because I don't know for sure the sex. What if it's not a girl? Which is what I tend to go shopping for since I have 2 girls. But I guess I just gotta wait, So we're not finding out. I do kind of want to start thinking names soonish. Usually we are last minute, the last 4 weeks of pregnancy, we're we should probably make a name list. But I do kind of, since we're going to have 2 sets of names to figure out now, I do kind of want to start thinking about that. The middle names will be easy because our middle names of our kids are family names. And so that'll be easy, which is actually weird because if it's a boy, which I am tending towards thinking it's a boy right now because of just how different this pregnancy has been in comparison to my other pregnancies. I'm only a boy could give me this much grief. So I am tending to think it's a boy, and that's going to be easy. We actually tomorrow, New Year's Eve, is the 1-year anniversary of my father-in-law's death. So if we have a baby boy, the middle name will go to him. And if it's a girl, then we usually just pick, another person that has deceased in one of our families. Isabel is named after my grandmother who passed, and Juliana is named after Dan's grandmother who has passed. So if it's a girl, that'll be, easy to figure out. One of our grandmas, one of our, aunts or uncles or whatever it is. I have another aunt that's passed. I have a sister who has passed. So the girl name we will not struggle with, and the boy middle name we will not struggle with either. So middle name's easy for us, but the first name, tell you what, guys, we have a hard time with girls' names. I'm gonna do my eyebrows before I do my mascara. This makeup look when I'm not talking, literally, you guys, takes me 5 minutes. I do not do any sort of like crazy contouring or anything like that. This is an everyday look for me. So it does not take me long usually. It's like 5 minutes and I'm out the door because that's what I need when I've got 2 kids already. But obviously I'm like sitting here talking and not paying attention. So it's taking me longer today, but maybe one day I'll give you a 5-minute quick mom look without me talking, just to some music or something, so you can see like it really does go that quickly. Anyway, the last update I guess that I'll give you is the update on my cholestasis. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope that's actually how you say it. But I said in my last video that I was pretty sure I had it. I was so itchy, hands and feet, just so itchy. It would wake me up in the middle of the night. I would once you started itching, you couldn't stop. It just was really awful, to be honest. And so my midwife suggested that I start milk thistle. Milk thistle is a really good liver support and liver, yeah, just it's really good for your liver, and that's what cholestasis stems from, is your liver. And literally, I took my first pill. I ordered them. They came like late night, 9 o'clock. I took my first pill that night because I was so desperate to get rid of the itching. I did still have a little bit of itching that night, but the next day I took my next pill with breakfast, then with lunch, then with dinner, and that night I had no itching. Like all the itching had stopped. So I've been on it now for about 2 weeks, I think, and my itching has not come back. It has worked wonders, and I don't want to say that it's healed because I am still noticing some digestive issues, and I'm also working with this other doctor, and he does not quite think it's healed either. Like the milk thistle is helping and it's doing its job, but it might not be like what I need to actually cure the problem. It's kind of maybe just masking the symptoms. So in order to kind of better heal it, I'm also taking some other things for my digestive system, which is then going to help my gallbladder, which will then help my liver, which will all in turn, like my hormones, like everything. I just need basically to heal my body. So starting New Year, I didn't want to do it before the New Year because, to be honest, like I don't have the willpower to go through Christmas without cookies and chocolates and sweets and just all those things. That's like my kryptonite is just sweets. My husband will tell you. And I have, yeah, it just would not have been realistic for me to start any sort of diet before New Year's. But going into the new year, I'm going to do a lot, basically like Whole30, except for with a twist because I'm pregnant. So I still need some of those, fats and carbohydrates and things that Whole30 does not have. So it's basically a tailored pregnancy Whole30 diet. And hopefully that, in addition to the supplements and things that I'm taking, are going to just nip this in my butt. The other doctor that I'm working with, he's confident that it actually can be healed. I've talked to some people who have had it, and, they said, it's not something you can get rid of. It's just something that, pregnancy can bring about. It'll go away like as soon as baby's born, and that's all good. But when you have it, usually they have to take baby early, between 35 and 37 weeks, and that's not my ideal birth. So I really would love it if somehow I could heal it and not have to go through that, especially because I home birth. And so obviously I think if I did have my cholestasis and it was acting out and things were getting really bad, that I probably would not be able to home birth. So I'm really hoping that like the things we do actually can heal it. He's confident he can heal it, or we can heal it, I should say, which is just so nice to have a doctor or support system that thinks that way, because I feel like especially now, doctors just don't think that way a lot. It's all about masking symptoms, not treating the root cause. So I just feel very blessed to have a doctor that feels that way. And so, yeah, that's the update. Milk thistle, dandelion root are the things that pretty much my supplements that I'm taking, in addition to A through F superfoods and a digestive thing, a supplement of some sort. So basically doing all those things just to try to get healthy, and then switch my diet up in the new year to try to basically reset my system in a healthy way and get this taken care of to have a healthy pregnancy, because that obviously is like the #1 goal. And in a way, I do think that it's kind of cool that I've been having these problems. Like, not kind of cool, that's not what I mean. But I was just talking to my doctor about this, and he was like, your body is stressed right now. Your body is stressed in pregnancy. And when you're stressed and your body is stressed, things start to, the things that are weak start to kind of fail on you. And so to me, I just think it's kind of cool to see like where the weak parts of my body are and what I need to work on and what I need to make healthy to be a healthier person in general. So I just think that's kind of cool and kind of a blessing, because had I not been pregnant, I might not have known that like my liver, my gallbladder, they're suffering a bit, and I could be doing things to help make them clean. And I just think that's kind of cool. So I don't often wear lipstick, and I'm not really like a lipstick person. So sometimes I'll just put something nude on, and sometimes I'll just wear like a gloss. I don't know. I feel like I look weird with lipstick, and maybe that's just because I don't wear it very often. In the winter, if I'm going out, then I could go for a deep red, like burgundy wine kind of lipstick. I do like that. But other than that, I'm not a big lipstick person. I think that's pretty much all of the baby update I have for you. In general life, New Year's Eve is tomorrow, and we have a tradition that basically we sit down together, my husband and I, and we go through what our goals for the next year are. And I'm really looking forward to that this year. Like, I don't think I really sat down with him recently and like asked what his goals are, and I don't think he knows what my personal goals are. And then we have our family goals and our financial goals. And I don't know, I'm just really looking forward to doing that tomorrow. And if you haven't watched it, my last video was on goal setting. And I really recommend you watch that because if you are going to do any goals this year, hopefully that will give you motivation to stick with your goals, because I know that a lot of New Year's resolutions are broken before even the end of the first month. So if you really have a goal you really do want to achieve, I recommend you watch that video that I just posted, like the goal setting secrets video that I have. Hopefully that will help you, or like help you achieve your goals. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. I am gonna go do my hair, I guess, and hang out with the kids. Juliana is still sleeping, so just get to hang out with Isabel for a little bit while she is, up by herself. And yeah, happy New Year, you guys. I won't see you until it is officially 2021. I hope we get to travel 2021. Oh, there's just so many things. Maybe I'll have to do a video on what our family goals are so that I can share just like what I'm hoping to do in 2021. But anyway, this was a 17-week update. Hope it wasn't too weird while I did my makeup. I just thought, why not? Never done a video like this before, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.